Welcome all to Chasing Tents. My name is Abhi. Thank you so much for joining me, guys, for this new episode, which is all about crash protection since my Andalucia Spanish track day crash in Spain with no limits track days. Now, I spent 4 days there, and on day 3, I had a crash on the left side, and on day 4, I had a crash on the right side. The left side was not too bad. The right side, my bike slid for a while. So I think it's a great opportunity to make a video on how the multiple crash protections on my bike worked. I mean, I've done crash protection videos on my channel before, but I think it's always good to do a video after a crash to show you how things are working and which protection did a good job. So let me bring you closer to the bike, and I'll show you everything in a bit more detail. Okay, let's make a start and let's show you everything. First thing first, the garage door is making a bit of noise because it's really windy outside, and I'm at my friend's garage, so you've got to ignore all the paraphernalia in the background. Okay, right at the bottom, the metal protection from Malotti has done a great job, because I've always said if you have a hard rubber polymer protection here, I mean, RNG do a good job, but I've had crashes where the bike has slid for so long that polymer protection has actually faded off, and then this was damaged, and I think this was about 60-70 quid from Olin's. So this Malotti protection has always done a good job. A bike slides as long, I mean, these days you have less gravel off track and more tarmac. With all the FIA kind of stamped tracks and stuff like that have got less gravel and more tarmac, so it's really good to have metal on the bottom. Everything else is okay here. The reason I've taken my fairing off a bit, first of all, to show you a bit of damage here from the crash, gravel rash, which is not too bad. I can polish that out or put a new decal on. This shrouding, people message me a lot when I put shorts of my bike, short videos or something like that. The whole bike has got extreme components fairing, except the tank cover, which is from Bike Plast, which is an Eastern European kind of fairing company, and this shrouding is from Bike Plast as well. It comes with the whole fairing, so it's quite cool. I think it's Kevlar / fiberglass, and it does a really good job in terms of I don't know, really kind of funneling the air towards the radiator. So I've never had heating issues on my bike. Once only I had it, and that was minor. Okay, what else? A bit of crash damage here. Everything else is okay. MRA screens, really flexy screens. I think my bike even one time kind of went on its head and the screen never broke. It's a very flexible screen. The reason I love the MRA screens, because they're so flexy and it saves your dash from getting broken or cracked. I mean, I do have Malotti protection on my dash, and the dash was absolutely fine. Nothing wrong there. What else? Yeah, surprise, this part always gets damaged when I crash, and it didn't damage at all. I think because the RNG bobbin here, which is not there anymore, and I've lost it. I think I forgot it at my house. That RNG bobbin did the job, and obviously the bike slid for that long and it actually broke in the end. But still, you've still got quite a lot of protection here. I remember Light Tech used to do protection for RSV4, and they only stick out till here, but this bobbin sticks out till here. So it's pretty good, and it's always done a really good job. GB protection here has done a great job. Again, bike slid for a very long time and the casing did not get damaged. I now know that RNG are doing a case protection with an extra bit here, and so if your bike gets damaged, well, if this part gets damaged, you can unscrew it and screw a new one, so that's pretty good. But I've always stuck with GB protection here and RNG here because of my previous experiences in crashes. GB protection does a really good job here. It's a much harder material than RNG, because RNG's job is to slow your bike down when it's sliding. The material is quite soft, but actually if the bike slides for too long, it bypasses this area and you get casing damage, which I've had before. But RNG are fantastic here. This is probably the best one, because it dissipates the crash kind of the impact in three different areas rather than just one screw. So it's pretty good. Okay, then my footrest got damaged. We put a new one on that 4th day so I could go out again. Always amazing protection from RNG again with exhaust. This band and this band did a really good job. I mean, not too much with this one, but this one, as you can see, it hasn't damaged this line of these screw things. I think they are, I forgot what they call now, but it's done a good job. But I've got all the protection here, so I bought all the new stuff from GB Protection, and I'm not sponsored by anyone, guys. So yeah, I bought some GB Protection spindles at the back because now I've got these Harris ones, but these GB ones, which are quite big, when you crash, they actually protect the lower part of your swing arm. So I'm going to take these Harris ones off, which are tiny. They are metal, so I love them, but they are tiny. These GB ones are much bigger, and they're for your Harris stand or a stand, but they protect you in the crash. Again, I've got Malotti protections at the back. That's just an over suspension device. I've done a video on that before. Carbon wheel is not damaged. It was absolutely fine. Carbon wheel in the front wasn't damaged. It was absolutely fine. Again, this didn't get damaged. A slight scuff here, but I think the exhaust protector and extra long footrest, which I'll show you on the other side, saved the day. And I always say to people, have extra long foot pegs, and I'll take you on the other side in a bit. But otherwise, everything is absolutely fine. No damage to the jet prime switches, no damage to reservoir, a little bit of damage to the master cylinder, but this was already damaged from a previous crash, but a little bit this, which is sad because I really like this ACCOSSATO master cylinder and lever, very thin, really nice. So yeah, and massive shout out to ACCOSSATO and TBR Performance. These brakes are absolutely epic, you know, they were brilliant on the track. Anyways, exhaust damage, a bit of kind of gravel rashy stuff. I think I'll just polish that off or use a bit of elbow grease. Everything else looks fine this side. Let's come to this side. What do we have? Ignore the wire, that's just to charge the battery. Yeah, there you go. So that protected the lower end of the swing arm. Again, metal protection from Malotti. What else? Not much damage here. Nothing here. If you're wondering what this is to tie my bike when it's in a trailer. This can come off. I can easily take it off and screw that back in. And that is for the con stand to lift the bike in the air to do the service on a bike. So nothing fancy there. Yeah, RNG protection did its job there. It didn't even touch. This went a bit in this fairing, so we're going to sort that out. I've got the part in the bag, but this side was absolutely not damaged at all. A bit of gravel rash here, but no. But this is what I was saying earlier. So that's a normal foot peg, but I put an extension here. So the extension really saves the day. First of all, it helps me move around my foot a lot on the bike, but when your foot peg is bigger, it saves quite a lot of damage this way. But everything else, not much damage to the clip-on, a little bit here from the gravel, but no, everything is absolutely fine. Not much damage at all. Okay guys, so that was a summary of all the crash protection bits. I always say to put plenty of crash protection on the bike. Don't worry about the weight too much. These crash protection bits don't really weigh that much, but it pays dividends. Now, as you can see, the only things which are damaged on the bike is the actual crash protection, but not the bike. We are prepping the bike now for an endurance race, a 5-hour endurance race at Donington Park. And what do we have to do? Just put some new crash protection bits on and the bike's pretty much ready, and some lock wire and bits like that. So yeah, always put plenty of crash protection because it really pays dividends in the long run. Take care guys, thanks for watching, look after yourself.